So someone picked up on the fact that I said mutually assured destruction was going by the wayside and asked a question about it. And it's a great question, so I'm going to answer it right now. Basically, a mutually assured destruction aims to deter a nuclear attack by convincing the attacker that the retaliation would be just as strong and therefore everyone would be destroyed. So might as well not bother. But a deterrent strategy like M.A.D is not a long-term sustainable solution because of the following reasons. One, some states that have nuclear weapons, such as North Korea, are really unstable. We just don't know what they're going to do, and they're unpredictable. So mutually assured destruction doesn't work in that case. Furthermore, if terrorists get nuclear weapons, they'll use them. And actually, this was a come-together point for the U.S. and Russia in the original stages of trying to denuclearize, is trying to keep them out of terrorist hands. Like, what happens if Iran's next supreme leader believes that to bring about the return of the 12th Imam, they require an apocalypse? There's no mutually assured destruction stopping nuclear weapons there. Third, if the two largest nuclear armed powers, U.S. and Russia, continue to insist that stability is only possible under M.A.D, what is to stop India, Pakistan, China, Israel, non-nuclear countries like Japan or South Korea from saying, you know what, we need that too then if we're going to remain stable? And then we're rolling down the path of nuclearization yet again. I mean, even Ronald Reagan recognized this when he worked with his Russian counterparts to find a way to replace M.A.D with M.A.S, or what's called mutually assured security. And we had actually eliminated 90% of our nuclear capacity at that point, up to now, and it was going really well. We were on the path. So how do we get to M.A.S? And mind you, we were doing these things until the recent breakdowns, starting in like 2018, of this system. So the first thing we need to do is countries with nuclear weapons would need to possess only a low number of offensive weapons, having somewhere around 100 perhaps. And then these countries would need defensive systems capable of destroying a high proportion of the offensive systems they're aimed at. Countries would need to possess a substantially larger defensive rather than offensive system. It turns the nuclear capability into an offensive system backed by robust defense. And we were doing this, actually. We were working with Russia to reduce nuclear weapons and help build up defensive systems because we were concerned about terrorism and rogue states. There would also need to be international agreements to those things, as well as non-proliferation agreements and pressure on Iran and North Korea, which we were doing until 2018. So I fully believe that the M.A.D is unsustainable, and it has been. And a lot of leaders, including Vladimir Putin, talked about it being unsustainable. We just got to get back there. And I don't know if we can from Ukraine, but going forward, M.A.D is not the answer. And a lot of leaders knew that, and we were changing it. Ukraine just seems to have put that on pause, and the last 4 years have changed that a bit, but we'll see.